Coach Geckler here at Towson University, the women's part. So we just talked to Coach Pat Scary before, so we're talking to the Towson women. So talk about your fourth season there at Towson. Talk about the first 3 years being at Towson University. What are you looking for number 4?
You know, we've been talking about building this program, and I think we've laid the foundation over the last 3 years. So this year is time. It's time for us to really put a good product on the floor and enjoy the process at the same time.
That's true. Fourth year growing, you got a good staff with you. I'm trying to find your schedule. Let's talk about playing in the Columbia Athletic Conference. You know, the top teams are James Madison and Delaware, and how are you going to this year compete against them? They have new coaches now, so so how you see those coaches gelling in this league?
You know, I think it's a very competitive conference. He said it at its best. I mean, you're talking about 2 programs who've been at the top for the last couple of years, and they've done a tremendous job. But I mean, from top to bottom, this conference is unpredictable. It just depends on who comes out ready to play, who comes out with the will and the focus to really compete at a high level. So this conference is definitely a competitive conference.
And it's pretty interesting with preseason polls. They get picked number 1, James Madison, and they have a new coach. And Coach Brooks is left to go, I don't know where he went somewhere.
Virginia Tech.
Oh, Virginia Tech. So, bringing his style to Virginia Tech, that would be great. So do you think James Madison will be in a rebuilding year this year, or do you think everything's going to be the same as before?
I mean, they made a very good hire in keeping Sean Miller. He knows the system. He knows the JMU, and I think it'll be a smooth transition for him and that program. So I think JMU is obviously still better.
Let's talk about your players. You got I'm terrible with names. So you got some seniors, some senior leadership with Raven Frankston. Talk about her being the senior and the leader in the spot.
You know, Raven is a flat-out scorer. She was second in the conference last year and scored behind one of the seniors who graduated. So I'm expecting some big things from her this season. I think she knows it's her last year, so there is that sense of urgency that she does.
Yeah. Well, Coach, thank you so much. I think we're going to grab another one here and there, but I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
I'll see you hopefully for a game if I can get my schedule correctly.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Folks, that was the Towson women's coach, Coach Geckler. Now we're going to bring in the defending champion, Coach. He's talking to North Carolina right now. Kevin Keats, who was actually part of Rick Pitino's staff, so it was interesting to hear his name.
Herb?
Yep.
Kevin Keats,
how you doing? So Kevin Keats is with us.
Hey man, how are you? Doing all right? How you doing?
Last year's champion of the Columbia Athletic Conference, and you guys played Duke really, really well in the first round. So what you learned playing against Coach K, and hopefully that playing against them will take you to this level.
Well, what I learned against playing against Duke, obviously, which we got tremendous respect for Coach K and the program that he's built there and the type of coach he is. But I think it showed us that our conference can compete with anybody in the country. And you look at where the conference ranked last year is 9th, and I think I looked at Ken Palm the other day, and they had his preseason 10. But I think it showed a lot about our conference and our program and how far we've come.
It was pretty interesting. The other day, I know you used to be at Louisville with Rick Pitino, and it's interesting that Rick Pitino brought you up in that whole debacle about how he taught you how to become a coach and how to respect players. What was it like hearing your name during that whole press conference?
I've got and I didn't hear the press conference, but I've got tremendous respect for Coach Pitino. He's an unbelievable teacher. I learned so much from him. He's been a great mentor to me, and he's one of the best there is.
Let's look at your schedule. You got I don't want to say an easy beginning of the year. You got to take on Toledo, but you do have to take on Clemson before the start of conference play. So what's it like dipping back in the ACC and going to Clemson and take on a very good Clemson team that basically almost went to the semifinals of the ACC?
Well, I've got a lot of respect for our schedule. I love our schedule, and for several reasons. The MTE we play in Nashville, I think is one of the best ones out there as far as mid-majors because it prepares us for 3 days in Charleston for the CAA tournament. We talk about Middle Tennessee State, who won the game in the tournament. You got Evansville, who was really good last year. Also Toledo. Those 3 teams with 3 different styles will help us for the CAA tournament.
Doing most of my stuff.
And then also you get a chance to play at a Clemson. You get a chance to measure where you're at right before conference. And then I love the fact that we get a chance to go play at St. Bonaventure, which a lot of people don't understand. They were regular season champs last year.
Right. They were actually a surprise team, throughout the whole before the SAA tournament. Talk about your returning starters. What about that or those leaderships and those players helping you out, getting the season started?
Well, we've got 3 guys that are consistent. They were consistent starters for us. Obviously, a lot of people know about Chris Flemings. What a great story he has been coming from Division II to being, all-conference guy. He was really big for us. And then Denzel Ingram's been an unsung hero for us because he's kind of the guy who sets the table for everybody, gets everybody involved. And then when you look at C.J. Bryce, what a great freshman year he's had, and he had last year, and becoming all-rookie team. And those 3 guys have been good for us because it gives us some consistency coming back into this year.
Do you think after winning the championship last year, you think everybody has a star around their dates, knowing that they're going to take on you guys?
I don't think so. I think our league in general understands that they're very good basketball teams in this league and very good coaches, and we have a tremendous respect for all of the coaches in the league. I think everybody understands that you can't focus on one team. You got to concentrate on the team entirely, on the conference entirely, and we'll do the same thing.
Yeah, back to that Duke game, I was actually at work listening to you guys in the wash day, and I was like, they're going to actually go into it.
Yeah, it was a great game, and it was a great confidence booster for our guys because they understand that you can certainly be on the floor with a national power in Duke, and certainly you can play with anybody in the country.
And I think Duke had a down year last year with transition and all that stuff. But just listening to you guys taking on Duke, I was like, they're actually going to pull this in probably. And I told everybody they're like, quiet.
We had a lot of fun with it.
Well, I hope you have a lot of fun here in 2016, 17, and hopefully you could go one step further. Get to a second round.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
I appreciate it. That's coach for North Carolina Wilmington, Coach Kevin Keats. And we're going to bring you over. My table is pretty hot right now going on. It's pretty interesting. We got a lot of people here in the same neck of the woods here. Now we're going to bring in over one of the brand new coaches in this Quality Athletic Conference. This is on the fly here. We're getting ready for the coach here for Delaware stopping by here.
Great. And how do you keep the players from resting on what you accomplished last year?
We're going to set for Delaware coach to stop by here. Just reading. Hopefully this weekend we'll be rolling to South Bend, Indiana. Hopefully, see Notre Dame and Miami play each other. So we're waiting on that right now. It's going to be an interesting road trip.
Thanks, Coach.
Hopefully we'll get the coach here stopping by. So we are live here. Again, set, waiting for the Delaware coach to stop by. Then but first we'll get James Madison because James Madison is earlier. So we're live here here in Arlington, Virginia, with the brand new coach for Come On In.
Right here?
Yep, right here. Coach, the new coach James Madison, University, Coach Lewis Rowe here. tense coach at to become a JMU Dukes basketball coach. So talk about what's it like getting the phone call saying be the James Madison basketball coach.
Pleasant surprise. It was kind of a long shot coming into it. It was just kind of, just happy to be going through the process of getting an interview, but definitely put my best foot forward during the interview. And, when I got the call, it was definitely was a pleasant surprise.
So let's talk about you getting your staff together in that beautiful town of Harrisburg, Virginia. So what do you like about Harrisburg?
Obviously, I went to school there and graduated from there, so I got to win a CAA championship one of my time there. It's a great community, great people. They've always embraced us as student athletes. And, love JMU. It's a community built around kind of the school. Everybody loves JMU, so it's a great place to be. Quiet, beautiful. I grew up there.
It is a beautiful place. It's a quiet, lovely town. It's a college town. Plus, you guys are getting building a new arena, so that's going to be good down the road. So it seems like everybody's upgrading their JMU. I call people when I go down 81. James Madison is like Disney World in 81. It's all lit up. if you get lost, you know where you are.
No, it's very beautiful. They've done a lot, especially obviously since I left in '95. It's the thing about JMU. Everything they do in a great way. They do it and make sure it's beautiful, and make sure it's aesthetically pleasing, and make sure it's functional. I think that's a tribute to the people from the top down, from the president, vice presidents. Even obviously the athletics department,
right?
Everybody. Their attention to detail is tremendous.
Looking at your schedule, you used to take on Old Dominion when they were in this league. Now they're in the A10
Conference USA.
Conference USA now. So what's it like opening up a team that you used to play against a lot? When they're here in the CAA.
Well, there's been so many moves at the conference alignment. I actually coached at FIU for 2 years, and they were in our conference. So I'm familiar with them. I know that they're a really good team, really well coached, and that goes without saying whatever league they're in. But it's always good sometimes for JMU to renew some of the old CAA bloodline rivalries, Richmond, George Mason, and Old Dominion. So it's always good to have those teams on the schedule.
And then you have to go to Montana State to play again. That's a far trip for you guys.
It's a great trip. Yeah, you want to be seasoned. You want to challenge yourself. I've never been to Montana, so I'm looking forward to it.
I've never been to Indiana, so I'm looking to go.
Right.
So, looking at your schedule, you got a lot of good non-conference games like UMBC. I know they're around my neck of the woods, but they always are a scrappy team no matter what.
Listen, I respect every player and every coach who does this. I know that their team is working hard just like us. They're on our schedule. We have to be prepared.
What is your goal for the first year you being there? You want to win the championship? Everybody wants to win the championship. You want to take JMU to like second, third round, maybe the Final Four?
There's no number on success to me. We have expectations, we have goals. Obviously, we've been slotted, we've been picked somewhere. So all of that stuff, that stuff is tangible. That stuff people know. But I think every day, especially when you have 17, you got to be challenging to get better as a team and kind of go out with a bang in this season. You want people to look back on this and say, man, I had fun. The other stuff you can't control. My goal is to be the best we can be today.
You got to have fun with everything. What are your goals for your first year?
Again, like I said, there's no number. I want to do the best I can. I feel like I'm blessed to be in this position, especially with being my alma mater. I know the people that helped me get to this position, and I want to reward them by giving them my best effort.
So talk about Harrisburg in town, because it's a small town, very nice, beautiful. During this time of year, it's beautiful with the leaves changing and all that stuff. You as a player, now you're going to be the head coach. Just talk about your Sundays, or when you go to church, or anything. You're going to get like a lot of people around there going, "Hey, coach, why didn't you go for a three-pointer at that point?" Do you have to have like so many press conferences at the milk line at the grocery store?
No, I don't. And that's, again, I know this is one thing I know about JMU. They care about what's going on and the success of JMU, and I don't mind that. I don't
I haven't had any problems going anywhere. I live right in town. You know, I'm an alum. I went to school there. I know a lot of people. And they're all great people. I don't have any problems.
Yeah. Well, Coach, good luck in your first year.
Thank you.
I hope to see you at a game, and I hope to talk to you on the teleconference call.
Looking forward to it.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. All right, that's the coach of the James Madison, the Dukes, my second home, you know, down there in Harrisburg, Virginia. So we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to bring in the guy who Delaware hired as the new head coach. And he is a guy that we're working on right now to try to get a media pass to go to a football game this weekend. So we'll talk about that shortly. You are listening to the Colonial Athletic Conference Media Day here on Hurt FM Radio and on Speaker.com.